I think most of the Godot community can understand what I'm saying, right? Like, Unity has some amazing graphics and 3D engine capabilities and is super popular with tons of assets on the Unity asset store. Unreal Engine is the grandfather of shooter games, has insanely cool and scalable 3D graphics, and a nightmare in UI design apparently. So what is it about the Godot game engine that makes it so appealing? Most of the people I've talked to seem to share the same idea that Godot is just really lovable. Something I would like to point out is that while I may be discussing some of the engine's strengths in this video, please don't misunderstand. There's some things about Godot that just really suck. If you want to know more about some of the interesting quirks about Godot, check out this video by Play with Furcifer. At the same time, don't let that discourage you from the engine. I mean, unless you want to be part of the Twitter beef that recently happened where gamers were saying, this game sucks because it's made in Unity. Listen, the game engine is a tool, you can't blame the engine if the developer is a tool too. But back to Godot being a lovable engine. I spent some time thinking about it and I think we can boil it down into these main points. Let's dive into the first one, right? I think one of the coolest parts of developing in Godot is just how close Godot's team of developers are with the actual community. It doesn't feel like you're talking about a massive corporate entity like Epic Games or the developers of Unity. With Godot, you can just say stuff like, this is Juan, the number one developer of Godot. Furthermore, they're hosting something to interact with the community pretty often, like the Godot Community Showreel and the Godot Community Poll that recently happened. Or take a look at the April Fool's joke that brought us the beloved Godot. Okay, maybe some people might fight me on this point, but I personally think that Godot makes game development super easy. Okay, well, super easy to get into. There are too many times Godot has made my life a living hell. Scenes, test level, I go over, I talk to this. Do you see me pressing the key? Do you see anything happening on? Plus, the interface is familiar enough that people migrating from engines like Unity will probably still be able to understand most things about the engine pretty well.
This actually seems to be quite similar to Unity, where when I click on an object I can see the properties of the object over here.
The way Godot presents itself as an engine is super inviting. Just a lot of things about this engine are tailored such that it's telling you, come on, let's do some game development. I'm going to skim through this one since you've probably heard it a million times already, but yes, Godot is free and open source under the MIT license. Like, it's totally free. You don't have to worry about big man with Kalashnikov knocking on your door asking for money. The Godot engine is seriously customizable. Because the Godot editor is built with, Godot, almost everything is totally customizable. You're not just confined to a light or dark theme, but you can create your own custom themes. Also, using GD script, you can make special tool scripts that are executed from within the editor, and you can directly interact with the UI components that make up the editor. You can add custom buttons, UI components, fiddle with the built-in viewport, create custom groups of variables, and so much more. The more you use the engine and the more it feels like this is your engine, you can do whatever you want with it. There is one more thing, however, that I couldn't really formulate into words, but I think Cyber Reality puts it quite well. You may know them as the creator of Ella, Anelia, Myra, or simply as the person whose first name rhymes with their last name. Here's what Cyber Reality said, and the part I want to highlight is right here, saying that Godot is the most fun. I don't really know why, but at least in my experience, I just have a hell of a lot of fun using Godot. These are just some of the reasons I could think of Godot being super lovable, but Godot users in the comments will definitely have much more. I encourage you to share some of the reasons you really love the engine you use. Someone I was conversing with on Discord made a pretty good point about promoting free engine choice between game developers. And I know I made some jokes about Unity and Unreal and stuff, but I'm just poking fun. They're awesome engines too. Also, it's been like 3 months since I last worked on a YouTube video and 2 months since its release. And I think a lot of you are probably wondering where the hell I went. Well, a lot happened. I started working on a solo game project, traveled twice, took this picture for some reason, suffered from COVID, and participated in a game jam with that dude who appeared for like 2 seconds in the last video. Oh, and also I'm friends with him now, cool guy. Plus, I decided to pick up Breath of the Wild once more for a fresh playthrough as well as for doing some research to help me with my grass plugin.
Mother.
Wait a minute.